He's like, you're my woman. He's like, you are my woman. Tell me that's not a book boyfriend you would want. Tell me. Hi wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel, Book Craves. How are you? What have you been reading? Summer is hot. And listen, oh my goodness, I have some book boyfriends for you. This is the first time that I'm giving you book boyfriend recommendations. Okay? These men are hot. Yeah. The men in these books are hot. They are delicious. They are sweet. Some of them are a bit unhinged. I'm not gonna lie. I probably have one or two that are a bit unhinged. But regardless of, they are there for their female companions. They are there for their main women. They are there to support and take care of and ensure that she is happy. So these are my 10 book boyfriends of 2023. Let's get into these books. First up, we are starting off strong with this author, okay? Everything that she has written thus far, I have absolutely devoured immediately. No pause, no breaks in between. Tiya Rayne can do no wrong in my eyesight, okay? When it comes to book boyfriends, oh my goodness, everyone. So listen, I have 3 books for you by Tiya Rayne. First up, we have First Love. Guys, this book broke my heart. Zora and Luke broke my heart. Their story, it is so memorable. It is so tear-jerking. It is so thought-provoking and touching. Oh my goodness. First Love, Jesus. It's absolutely exactly what it says. First love. Zora and Luke, they meet in high school and they are one another's first love. Zora, she comes from a good family, very educated, black, probably higher middle class family. Luke is white. He didn't come from a very good family, but he had sports working for him. And their parents would not allow them to be together, especially Zora's family. In this book, we have a teen pregnancy and she is given an ultimatum. Either get rid of it and she can remain there or go on her own. So at 17, 18 years, Zora went on her own. She broke up with the love of her life so that he could have the opportunity to have a great life. When I tell you, self-sacrificing love, this is it. Y'all have to read it. My eyes, y'all. My eyes were wet. They were wet. They were just, the tears were just running. Then, oh my goodness, the next book boyfriend I have for you. This book is Lilly. It is a very long book. It is thick. I read the Kindle edition. It is available on Kindle Unlimited and it's roughly like 730 pages. This is your fantasy interracial romance. Again, black woman, white man. So let's start off with the world building in this book. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Everything I needed to know was there. I didn't have to think about anything. The structure of the society, why what is happening, what can be done. Like it's all there. The world building, all the different types of, mythical creatures. It's there. The explanation, everything, the social strata, the social system, everything, it's there. But assassin. So assassin, that's his name. Okay, and he is an assassin. He was trained to be an assassin. Assassin ends up in the earthly realm or the earth layer, and he meets Lilly when she was roughly 6 or 8 years old, and he protected her because he saw her innocence and there was just something about her that he was gravitated to, and he felt so protective over Lilly that he continued looking over her and protecting her without her even knowing. And when they initially met, he gave her like this chain with a butterfly on it, and it's so that he can know wherever she is. So he was there to protect her regardless of what. And something happened. He's there just watching over her. He's like, you know what, this is becoming unhealthy. Let me leave her to live her life, because there's no way he can bring her into his world. Turns out his world already knew about her and wanted to kill her. She had an unexpected pregnancy, and because of this pregnancy, his world was in chaos. So with Lilly's unexpected pregnancy, the person that she got pregnant for was someone from Assassin's world. And this person is next in line to be king. And when Lilly goes to that world, or when Assassin takes her to that world, he wants to rule her. He wants to control her, although he has a whole fiance. All right. And then we have the Dark King, who wants Lilly for his own purpose. Everyone wants Lilly for their own gain. But Assassin, he genuinely just wants to protect her. He genuinely loves her. He would have sacrificed everything for her. This man could do no wrong. His love was unconditional. It was so pure and without motive. And the third book I have for you by Tiya is Where Love is Found. And in this book, we have Charlie and we have Jackson. Something very traumatic happened to Charlie. And so that affected the way that she interacts with everyone. More importantly, it affected her inability to have relationships with anyone. Period. She would sleep with you, but from the moment you become too attached, she is done with you. She accidentally meets Jackson. They had a very, very cute first meeting. When I tell you cute, she ran into his car. She ran into his vehicle. They had an absolutely fantastic first meeting. And she's like, oh no, I don't do white men. I don't date white men. But he wore her down. He's like, listen, he's like, it's okay. We can be friends. Like, let me be there for you. Let me take you on a date. Like, he wore her down. And she had no choice but eventually to give in. She gives in. They go on a date. And because he's so different and because there's just something about him, Charlie's like, okay, they date and eventually they start having a relationship. And she wants to keep it separate from her personal life. She doesn't want anyone to know that she's in a relationship with a white guy or that she's in a relationship, period. This book has so many family issues, so many family drama. I love it. But the focus is on Jackson. Jackson took a bullet for her. Jackson stood up against her psycho-obsessed friend and took a bullet for her. He protected her. He was there for her. She was able to lean on him. I love this book. Did it break my heart as much as First Love? No. First Love, it's very heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It was very emotional for me. Lilly, action-packed, adventure, suspense, mystery. Where Love is Found, it is a thought-provoking book. It is an emotional read. But did I shed tears? No. But do I love the men in these books? Absolutely. They all had their women's back. They all had their girlfriends back. Like, regardless of what, they were willing to sacrifice whatever they had to sacrifice, even if it meant sacrificing their family. They would do whatever they need to do, right? Whatever they needed to do to protect their women. So tell me that's not a book boyfriend you would want. Tell me. Y'all, this next book needed to be here. Zayden meets all the requirements of a great book boyfriend. In this book, we meet Violet. Violet, she was training to be a scribe, basically equivalent to a librarian. Violet's mom is a high-ranking member in their society, and she forces Violet to become a dragon rider. After she was on her way to becoming a scribe, they now want her to become a dragon rider. And she doesn't have a choice. So she has something that makes her more fragile than everyone else, but she overcomes that. Now, Xander, on the other hand, it's an enemies to lovers, okay? It's an enemies to lovers. You know one had to be up inside here. Now, Zayden, okay, Zayden, something terrible happened to his parents, and he has all that anger towards the high-ranking members of their society because he believes they are keeping secrets from the rest of their society. They are keeping secrets and they are not allowing the mass population to find out what is really going on, what is really happening. And Zayden, he sees Violet. He doesn't have anything against her, but you know, he's just there observing her. And then they meet. And it's like their meeting is it's not a cute meeting, but she was scared initially when they met. But slowly a friendship developed. A tense friendship develop, and then they develop into something romantic. The reason why Zayden is on this book boyfriend list is because he saw potential in Violet. When everyone disregarded her, when everyone thought she was weak, he saw that inner strength. He was there silently supporting her, or he would do minor things to support her. And let me tell you, Zayden, he is the badass on campus. He is the, when I tell you the badass on campus, nobody cannot step to Zayden, right? But he saw something in Violet, and their dragons were mated, and that only made the tension and chemistry between them more. At the end of the day, Zayden was very protective of her. Coming on towards the end, after they became friends and then lovers, he became very protective of her. He still held back like certain things from her, but at the end of the day, he was there. Listen, Zayden can have my back any day, any single day. Up next, I have for you, like, this book boyfriend. He's grumpy, but he means well. He means well, okay? So Pretend to Love You by Julia Garrett. This book took me by surprise. You'll know I have been getting into this whole fake relationship, right? So in Pretend to Love You, we meet Jude and Lilly. Jude is a pro hockey player, period. But he's also injured. And Lilly, she is a therapist, a physiotherapist to be precise. And Lilly doesn't have a good relationship with her family. They constantly put her down because she's not following in their traditional career goals. And Jude, his family's very supportive. His siblings, they all do their own different thing. But when he gets injured and he has to do physiotherapy, Lilly is his physiotherapist. Lilly is also his sister's best friend. With Lilly going through her crap with her family, Jude steps in to be her fake boyfriend. And although he's grumpy with everyone else, he tones it down with Lilly until he calls her his sunshine. Like, he gave her like this cute pet name. On top of that, he was willing to put his career before Lilly. And I absolutely love it. He had no problem. Listen, this man really faked their relationship. He was lying to her grandmother in her face. In her face. Like, he had no issue lying and pretending to be with Lilly because he saw what nobody else could see in Lilly. He saw that she was hurt and that she's a great person. And you know what? When everyone else put her down and she couldn't stand up for herself, he was willing to do it. Listen, this book, you need to read it. I love it. It is your small town, grumpy sunshine, fake relationship. It is sweets. It is sweets. Yo, I've been giving you sweet. This is sweets. I love it. I love it. I love Jude. Jude was so nice. He was so nice, and he treated her with such kindness. I have another interracial romance for you. Y'all know. If you're new here, I read a lot of interracial romances. Okay? Period. If you go over to my TikTok, my book talk account, you'd see I mainly post interracial books. Yes, I read other things, obviously. So in Draft Pick by Darie McCoy, we meet Alyssa and Kaveri. Oh, Kaveri is my man. I'm just telling you, he's my man. because this man is so sweet. This man is so sweet. So listen to this. Alyssa and Kaveh, they met in college. He played football in college before he was drafted professionally, right? And he dated Alyssa's roommate. But there was always like this chemistry between them. Fast forward 5 years. They meet up after, he's blown up. His relationship with Alyssa's roommate is over. And they hook up. And she's like cursing out herself. She's like, why did I do that? Like, I'm breaking the girl code. Although she and her roommate were no longer best friends. All right, fine, no problem. Because, we don't make a scene. Fast forward, 10 years later, she's on a date and he sees her. And there's always the one that got away. He's like, listen, you're not getting away a second time. He locked her down. He's like, you know what? I want you. I've always wanted you. I've always had a thing for you. You are not getting away now. You are not getting away now. By this time, he has already finished his pro football playing thingy. And at this point, he's no longer playing. But he's now a coach for an NFL team. So he's famous. Everyone knows him. And when they take their relationship to the public, all hell breaks loose. I'm just saying. But he's there to support her. He's like, you're my woman. He's like, you are my woman. I loved it. I loved it. Like the way he handled some situations wasn't cool. But he made it very clear that, ma'am, Miss Alyssa, you are my woman. I will shout it out on the mountaintop and let the whole world know that you are mine. Y'all, this book needed to be here because y'all know I read dark romances, period. And secondly, you always need an unhinged boyfriend. You always need an unhinged book boyfriend, right? Because he will do what nobody else is capable of doing. So Severe Carolina Hell Reapers by Kendric. This book features Severe and Jade. All right. Jade, she is a darling. She is a sweetheart on the outside. I'm just saying, on the outside, she looks very well or very much put together. But something tragic, something in her past happened to her. This is why you can't trust family. This is why you can't trust family. But anyway, Jade is living her best life, not knowing that there's a hit out on her. Severe is contracted. Although he's part of the MC is also part of another organization. And they have like assassins and, stuff like that. So Severe is contracted to take out and unalive Jade. He's given a portfolio about Jade and he realizes, hey, something not right here. Something not right here. Something is missing. Somebody's messing up. Because what he sees isn't what is said on paper. They make her out to be this big bad person and he realizes no, he's like 1 and 1 is not equaling 2. So he takes her back to his compound. When I tell you Severe is unhinged, nobody on that compound messes with Severe. Everyone keeps their distance from Severe. Severe had very bad childhood trauma. And I totally understand why he has no issues unaliving people, because what was done to him, it wasn't right. It was not right. But anyhow, she's able to connect with Severe on a level that no one else is able to. But listen, this man protected this woman on top of bringing her to his compound, his MC compound. He goes and he investigates and he goes against their bigger agency to protect her. He's like, you know what? Something isn't right. This man, he stood up in front of a firing squad and almost died to protect her. Listen, he was willing to fake her death, and what he did to fake her death, he did that out of love for her because he wanted to protect her. Although she couldn't deal with him after that, he did it to protect her. There's no boundary that Severe will not cross to protect Jade. And I love it. We need somebody like that. Period. In our book boyfriend arsenal. We need it. We need it. We need it. Another book that I have for you. This is a good one. Chaser by Tracy M. Clarke. Now in Chaser, we meet Shyla and Xavier. Shyla, she comes from money. She is trying to make her own way. She's trying to create her own waves outside of her parents' established name because they are well known. And she's like, you know what? No, I want to make my own way. And she's not one to settle in a relationship. She's not one to have a boyfriend, period. She's okay having friends with benefits because she was hurt so much in the past, okay? And you have Xavier. Xavier, he is a cowboy. This is your black love romance. He's a cowboy, like a fully cowboy, but he's also a cowboy who knows how to control the boardroom. All right, he has money. He's all about protecting his family and building back his family name and getting back his family lands. He meets Shyla and he's like, oh my goodness, I need to know you. And the man sweet talked Shyla out of her boots. This man has a way with words. The things that he would say, I'm like, no. I'm like, listen, he has a mouthpiece like a two-edged sword. When I tell you this man has lyrics. Ooh, listen, this story, it is adventurous. You have some action in it. You have some suspense in it. And I loved it. But Xavier, he is here. And he made it to the list because this man have a way with words. He could talk. And when he talk, it's like shivers. This man oozes charm and charisma and elegance. You need somebody like this in your arsenal. You need someone like this. You know, not everyone could be a badass. Not everyone could be a sports player. You need someone with elegance. This is another black love romance. Y'all, I'm giving you diversity. I'm giving you everything. This is how I read, okay? This is how I read. So, this book, Only for 1 Week by Natasha Bishop. This is given friends to lovers, friends with benefits. So let's step back. Let's go back to the beginning. So in this book, we meet Rome and we meet Janelle. Janelle's sister is getting married to her ex, who also happens to be Rome's best friend. So you have the maid of honor and then you have the best man hooking up. They go to Mexico beforehand, like 2 weeks. The bridal party, they go in advance before the guests arrive so that they can do activities and fun. The main person that we're talking about is Rome. Rome was able to get Janelle to come out of her shell. He was able to push her enough to stand up for herself because her sister was taking advantage of her. Her mother always treated her a particular way, and the only person that was in her corner was her dad. She had no one else, and she was just taking beat down after beat down after beat down from her sister. But when she met Rome and Rome saw what was happening, he analyzed the situation. He's like, so who's taking care of you? You are taking care of everything. Who's taking care of you? And he goes there and he takes care of Janelle to the point of he motivates her and gives her the encouragement to stand up for herself and to also reach for her dreams, achieve her dreams. And the way this man proposed, I love it. It was so unique. I loved his proposal, the way he went about it. He's a game designer and he develops apps. He combined his two skills and made the most unique proposal ever. This man, he's so sweet. He is supportive. He takes the time to listen. That's key with Rome. He listened. He listened to what Janelle was saying. It wasn't all about intimacy between them. Yes, that was great. That was awesome. But he took the time to listen to Janelle. Loved it. No Easy There by Samantha Christy. I wasn't expecting to love this book as much. I'm not even playing. I wasn't expecting to love this book as much as I love it, as much as I fell in love with it. In this book, we meet Willow and Hunter. Willow, she's a single mom. She has been abused. She's taken advantage of. And she's just trying to make ends meet. She's just trying to take care of her daughter. Her living situation isn't the best. Her work situation isn't the best. And then you have Hunter. Hunter, he comes from money. He doesn't understand the value of money. He doesn't understand having to work for what you need, for what you want. And so his grandfather gives him a day. Live on your own for 1 year, and then you can get your inheritance. His grandfather places him in this apartment with Willow, and they meet, and he sees how the other side lives, and it changes him. And I love that. It changes him. He went from an arrogant, foolish man to being humble, and realizing what is important. Understanding there's more to life than women, more to life than having the most expensive jacket. And at the end of the day, he was willing to sacrifice his billions, his millions, his inheritance for Willow. He put her before his inheritance. So to see that change in this man, and it wasn't drastic, yo. Like, you saw how he changed. And that is why Hunter is a book boyfriend. He's a book boyfriend. There's no if, no buts, no maybe. Because who out here is willing to sacrifice their inheritance? Not me. But he did. So yes, these are my 10 book boyfriends that I've read this summer. Y'all, these guys in these books, love them. They are all unique and they're all different. And I think these are stories, these are guys that you are going to fall in love with. If you have any recommendations for me, if you have any book suggestions for me, please put it in the comment section down below, and look out until I post another video.